And this is really a playpen that we have to kind of like work out some of these things. There are a very large number of knobs. This is a path planner built in, so you can see that, and you see the footsteps. If we kind of move the furniture around, the character can sort of figure things out for himself. But the interesting thing is not that he can go wherever we tell him. The interesting thing is that the way he moves is completely open to various kinds of body language. So for example, of course we can change the size of the character arbitrarily, the neck length, the body length, the legs. There are a tremendous number of knobs in here. And whatever we change, he's just going to just automatically deal with things. And of course we can change posture, we can make, arch the spine, we can stick the hips forward or back, all the things you'd expect. Let's see, do this. Okay, there you go. But meanwhile, and we can start doing rhythmic things like let's bob up and down when we walk, or let's sway from side to side, let's bounce a bit, whatever. I'm basically torturing this guy, and I'm doing all of these things. I can say when he bobs, very subtle things. But then above this, what's really exciting is we've started working with real animators, people who are much more talented than I am. These two guys, Stuart and Zeph, have just dove in and started tuning these things much better. So first you kind of see, if you think of the same thing that I showed you with the face at the beginning, there were the notes and the chords. Yeah, how much are you singing? Okay. So that was 10, right? It was okay, great. These are the kind of things that I came up with myself, just sort of putting the notes together into presets. So this is my notion of a happy ogre. It's kind of silly. My happy ogre. And this is my concept of a sexy vamp. Oh, that's the giant. That's not the giant. I'm really not that confused about these issues. All right, there you go. It's sort of a sexy. Maybe I'm a little confused. But then you start getting the real animator. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get Stuart's stuff, which is awesome on here in time, but I can show you Zeph's stuff. So here is Zeph doing a tough character. This is a real animator going into this interface and starting to do something interesting. So this is. Now the cool thing about this is no traditional animation. This is all tuning parameters, and this is an animator who just dove in and very quickly just set things to exactly what he wanted. So we've got these arbitrary. There we go. What's going on there? He's that tough. He's that tough. It's so cool. He's that tough, right? All right. So basically we have these animators diving in and able to use their own sort of sense of what looks good. Let me try. He has some other stuff here. Let me do. Basically the key here is that you're acting out a scene. And you say, I want a character who's like this actor. So we have this body language, but I want the actor to be a little bit uncertain now, or a little bit angry, or whatever. So there is the identity of the actor set by animators. There is the, as sort of a training thing, there is the moods and subtle shifting feelings that are going through the character that are being tokens that are sent by the AI in real time as the game is progressing. And then underneath that, it all works with all the traditional way of making models. This all works with Maya, it works in XNA. This stuff all ties in with all the commercial stuff. So let's pick Zeph's shy character. So this is what he came up with, a shy character. Very different, just from setting these numbers. I think it took him about an hour or two to do all these things. It was very sad. He doesn't know why all these people were looking at him. He's going to go away now. But of course you could then go and dive in and do my sort of wacky stuff on top of that. So he's a shy character, but he's also going to bounce up and down, or we can make him sway while he does this. So it's a shy character swaying his hips, which doesn't make any sense, I know, but we're going to do that anyway. And bob back and forth. I'm just going to torture my shy character. No wonder nobody likes it, Right. Well, and then of course there's all the facial expression stuff, etc. But I won't bother with that. So the interesting thing about this stuff is that what we really want to do, where we want to go with this, is get more and more and more focused on learning how how great animation works. And so in fact, we've been studying this wonderful Peruvian animator named Daniel Huerta, I don't know, some of you may have heard of him, who does these phenomenal animations, and we've been studying his work in other works. For example, here's a piece he did for the, some of you know about the 11-second animation contest. How many people know about the 11-second animation contest? The animators were basically, they give you dialogue. In this case, it's a snatch of dialogue from a great film by a great actor, which you're supposed to figure out, and then just animate it. So here is the original animation.
I thought that if I could help him in some way, get him this girl that he loves, that maybe, you know, things would change for me.
Okay, who can name the actor? No, everyone says Tom Hanks, and it's not Tom Hanks. Right, Jeff Bridges, exactly. Now we know where Tom Hanks got that, you know, things would change for me. You know, he got that from Jeff Bridges. And what's the movie? Oh, right. Yes, great crowd. So we took this, and let's see if I go here, and I think I can do this. Oh, no, where to go, X. Is that it? Uh-oh, I lost it. No. No. Let's see, B, oh, it's B. So what we did is we took this and we've been making this system. It's actually much fancier than this now. I actually have an earlier version of it. We take any piece of animation and we start layering all this different kind of analysis. So for example, I could take just this little bit here and I can in slow motion, you know, start like looking at this thing and start saying, what's he doing with the hands? What's he doing with this? What's he doing with that? And we start pulling these things out, going right from great animation. And like, why does, you know, there's this wonderful thing with the girl, you know, where he just does that, he does this sort of weighing with the hands thing. I love it. That's the way he describes the girl, you know. And building these things up into synthetic components, and here you see, you know, just the eyes open track to the dialogue, and we can script back and forth. And our eventual goal is to take these sorts of things and take all of these things from great animation, pull them out. Not replace the animator, but rather use the animator as source material for building characters, and then analyze those gestures into emotional beats, into an engine, where then we're able to, in runtime, resynthesize. Think of it as procedural texture. It's not